Welcome to our 9-part series, where we share our teaching framework that helps you create classes that includes the full complexity, beauty, and history of the dance you teach. In these videos, you'll get to dig deep into how to craft classes that helps your students build a powerful compass that will guide them to continuously develop as dancers who positively contribute to the development of the dance. Our wealth of knowledge is primarily informed by our personal experiences teaching Lindy Hop. This teaching framework that we want to share with you lets us apply our best understanding of Black American social dance culture and adapt it continuously as we grow and improve ourselves. If you teach a dance style that is very different from this, for example, from a different part of the world, then your needs and experiences might be different from ours. We invite you to think critically about what we are presenting to you, which ideas can be translated directly, which ideas need to be adjusted, and which ideas aren't there that should be in order to best honor the culture your dance is a part of. Here's a quick overview of the 9 lectures. This is lecture 1, and here we'll just set the stage for this framework. In lecture 2, we will make a distinction between what the dance actually is, the intuition we form as experienced dancers, and the concepts we create to teach what we do as dancers. In lecture 3, we will introduce a concept that helps you decide what elements of the dance should make it into your classes. In lecture 4, we will talk about teaching your students through examples and through models and how that relates to their learning journey. In lecture 5, we present a 5-step process to create effective teaching models for your classes. In lecture 6, with the risk of giving away the punchline, we want to build a case for why we believe it's more important that you primarily design your classes to help your students develop an effective mindset or a worldview of the dance rather than designing for skill acquisition. In lecture 7, we will dig deeper into how to be clear about the goals you set for your students, how to communicate them with your students, and how to know what kind of feedback to give at each moment. In lecture 8, we want to share with you a cyclical process that you can use to continuously adapt and improve your teaching skills. And finally, in lecture 9, we want to wrap everything up with, again, giving away the punchline, talking about the importance of not losing yourself as a dancer in the process of becoming a better teacher. This is a program I created with Kris, Blindert, a dancer and teacher I've been fortunate to work with for over a decade. Together, we created 10 different lessons covering a range of different topics for dance teachers. You'll find the full program and more information about Kris and me on our website, swingstep.com/teacher. My name is Taghavi, and I'm very excited to be your host throughout this 9-part video series. So let's get started. To understand how to set teaching goals, we need to have a deep understanding of what it is we want to teach. We need to understand what dance is and how we can help our students build a relationship with it. So let's start here. What is a dance? A dance is not only the steps we dance, but also everything else that went into making that step what it is. This includes the entire body of knowledge and its history, but also the lives of the people who formed it in the past, as well as those who contribute to it today. This means the dance is a complex, abstract mesh of various ideas that influences each other. I'm talking about real human beings and their political, financial, and environmental situations, but also there's struggles and joys that went into forming the dance as we know it today. So to only focus on the steps or the moves of the dance would be to miss the forest for the trees. So to understand what dance is, we actually also need to understand how we form our understanding of dance. When we learn a dance, we actually don't learn the full thing itself. Instead, we form our understanding of it, which is colored by our experiences, our assumptions, and the information that we have access to. In fact, because of this, you will recognize why it matters so much how your students learn the dance. You see, the dance is what it is today because of the people who practiced it in the past. It's shaped by their physical abilities, way of thinking, political and socioeconomic landscapes. And in a real way, you too are now adding to what the dance is. You're adding yourself to the DNA of the dance, and you make a difference to how it evolves. Even if your students only have the ambition to enjoy dancing as a casual hobby, their voices can and will influence the dance. Their influences will come in many shapes and forms. For example, in the requests they make of you about how to teach them and what to teach them, or the music they ask you to play, and just as importantly, how and where they spend their money within the dance community. This is why the strategy you take as a teacher will dramatically influence what relationship your students will have with the dance. Are you positioning yourself in between the dance and the students so that they form a relationship to the dance through you? Or are you positioning yourself as a guide next to your students, helping them form a direct relationship with the dance? Your students will form a different relationship with the dance depending on how you teach it to them. What's important to point out and we'll come back to this often, is that your students will form an opinion and relationship with the dance from the experience they are having. As teachers, we can be conscious about it and design it so that their involvement helps the dance grow in a healthy direction, or ignore this and risk raising dancers who pull it away from what was created by those in the past. To help you plan classes that takes a broader perspective of the dance, we want to introduce the concepts mental representation and mental model to you. This section is based on one of our most enjoyable teacher training seminars we held in Berlin, together with a friend and fellow dance teacher, Rhonda Ravinsky from Tel Aviv. So I'm very excited for this opportunity to share it here with you. Let's get started. Join me in the next lecture where we talk about mental representations and mental models to distinguish between what the dance is, our intuition of it, and how we teach it. I'll see you there.